All right, so this is sort of a continuation of the last video I did explaining GitHub and how to set up Twinleaf and contribute. I realized there's a step I missed, and it is you do have to do it. Basically, whenever you add something, so if we go to the README, I think further down, there's rules for contributing. Somewhere in here, you should read through all of this. But somewhere in here, I guess it doesn't matter where it is. But, sorry, I'm looking for it still. Maybe it's not in here anymore. But basically what you should be doing is anytime you add a card, so you need to create a PR for a card, like each card will get its own PR, or if there's an evolution line, you can do all of that evolution line in a single PR. But anytime you're about to do that, for each one, you will want to create a branch. So you'll go on your source control panel, here next to changes, branch, create branch. What this is going to do is, sorry, I should also mention you should be on main. You will be there by default, but once you start creating branches, it'll like move you into the branch. The main one is just the one that was like completely based off our fork of the original. So like, I don't feel like I'm explaining this super well, but when we forked Twinleaf, we just created a direct copy. When we create a branch, what we're doing is creating a version of that is going to have some set of specific changes. So then next time you go to add a card, you can go back to main with where there were no changes made yet, and like add it from there. So you'll add the changes sort of all separately from each other. They won't be built like one after another on top of each other, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. If that's confusing, that's fine. I'll show you in a second. Hopefully that will clear things up. So it's going to ask you for a branch name. You should either use something like what I use or like similar to what I use. You'll want a naming scheme that like makes sense. Just make it so future you can read it. I'm going to add a Mewtwo EX reprint, I think. Like a full art. Where is it? Hello? Here we go. This one. Yeah. So this is Mewtwo EX NXD, and you can probably just leave it like that, because I'm doing a reprint. I'm just gonna put print at the end. You can probably just leave it either like this, or you can add the number after. Actually, let me do that. I'll do NXD 98. So you'll be creating a bunch of these branches for each card that you add, and they will be branches off of main. So you'll see once you press enter, it'll put you into that branch. You can see what branch you're in here. Then we're just going to make the changes that we need to. So this is in Next Destinies here. Other prints is already there, lovely. What goes after that? Import U2 EX. Seems right. I'm gonna make this caps. I don't really like that it's caps, not caps. That's kind of a me problem, I think. I don't know. 98. And then I'm going to make this 98 so that the full name is different from something else, the other Mewtwo NXD. We're going to let this do its thing. We're going to index it so that, because I always forget that. In other prints, I will put it here like that. Yeah. I'll put it, oops. It goes at the end here, like that. Yeah, just give it a second. You've seen me do this before in the last video. I'm just making sure it shows up all right. Again, if you're adding cards, test them, record it so that we can see it. There we go. It's in. Since this is a reprint, that's kind of all I'm gonna do. If you are adding like reprints of stuff, I guess probably take a screenshot and like throw it in your PR. Anyhow, so we are in this branch. The changes that we made here, we want to stage them now. And then I'm gonna write my message here. This is a Mewtwo EX full art print. And I will commit. When I'm committing, that will tell it to save to the current branch that I'm in. So I'll press commit. This will be here. You'll see there isn't a push button, so that's why I was confused the other day. Instead, you hit this publish branch button. So because we created a branch on our local machine, we now have to publish it to GitHub. So we're just gonna push that, boom. And then you'll see you get a little cloud thing there. That means it should have worked. I'm just gonna go to the repo. That is not the one I want. Let me find my branch. Is there not a link to it somewhere? That's also not what I want. Sorry, 1 second. I think this is it. Yeah. Okay, so this was the button that I was looking for before. In the last video. So whenever you publish a branch, or I don't know about whenever, but like pretty much always when you publish a branch, it'll show up here. Because it kind of knows that branches are for this use case of like branching off of main and then making your changes sort of like compartmentalized like this. So you'll press compare and pull request. Again, this is all set to default, like good. You will add your video of your whatever you're doing here, or screenshot for reprints. I'll just type something for now. This is another test for a video. And then create pull request. So all of that was the exact same as last time I showed you. The only difference is that you're inside your branch. So you want to make sure that once you're done, you check out shoe, and then you'll find your main again. Like that. And that will put you back to the version that is a direct copy of the main Twinleaf repo. And we just do that to keep things sort of clean and separate from each other. We don't want all of the requests like jumbled up with other ones. So this keeps things organized. So then next time you create a branch, just double check that you're on main still. You don't want to create a branch off of your other branch. But yeah, you'll just do the same thing. Branch, create branch. And that should be it. So yeah, this is just a little add-on for the last video. Make sure you do this. Yeah, and let me know if you have any questions or have trouble doing this. Again, community dev channel, I gotta log in, but yeah. Or feel free to Google anything. All right.